If you're finally ready to ditch that disposable razor that's been sitting in the shower for months, you may be considering the Panasonic Close Curves Ladies Shaver. So in this video, I'm putting it to the test to see if it really is one of the best ladies electric shavers on the market. Stick around as we dive into a complete overview, a shaving demo, and an honest review to help inform your purchase decision. Hey everyone, I'm Danielle from GR Health and Beauty, where we offer tips, tutorials, and thorough product reviews to help you stay comfortable, confident, and clean in your personal care routine. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to stay on top of our weekly videos. And you can also follow us on social at GR Health Beauty. Okay, so in this video, we're talking about electric shaving and the Panasonic Close Curves Ladies Shaver. Now, Panasonic is already a household name with a solid reputation, but does the brand deliver with this particular ladies electric shaver? Okay, so I have to admit I'm slightly skeptical because I am one of those people who uses a disposable razor and it sits in my shower for months, and honestly, I think it works just fine. When it stops shaving well, I change it out with a new one and I'm good to go. But there are moments when I wish I could do a dry shave in a pinch if I'm going out and I don't want to shower again and do my hair and makeup all over. I just want to be able to touch up, my legs if I'm wearing a skirt. Here's a good example. If I'm going to the beach in the summer and I want to shave that morning to have a nice, clean, smooth finish on my legs, sometimes my legs will burn going into the salt water. And so I'm kind of in this pickle where I don't want to shave the day before because then I'll have stubble, but I also don't want to shave the day of because then it's going to burn when I go swimming. I've been thinking that maybe an electric shaver might be a good compromise in those situations. So this is the one I'm testing out. I'm just like everybody else. When you get into your habits and your routines and they seem to work for you, it's hard to kind of step out and try a different product. I want to see what the hype is about with these electric shavers, and I want to get all the information for my GR ladies. So let's dive into the overview first. Then we're going to go into a shaving demo and again, an honest review of what I think about this product. The Panasonic Close Curves Ladies Shaver is a wet-dry hair removal system with 3 floating ultra-sharp stainless steel blades and an ultra-thin foil that follow the curves of your body for a close, comfortable shave. This ladies electric shaver also has a pop-up trimmer to capture stray hairs and detail the legs, underarms, and bikini area. It can be used in the shower with shaving lather or for a drive shave outside the shower. You can fully immerse this electric shaver for in-shower shaving and easy cleaning, although you'll want to avoid submerging it for too long, and be sure to only clean it with tap water and liquid hand soap. The Panasonic Close Curves Ladies Shaver is cordless and rechargeable. It comes with a compact space-saving charger, making it portable and travel-friendly. The battery charges in 12 hours and will run for up to 20 minutes of peak power cordless operation. Panasonic recommends that you charge the shaver fully for 12 hours before using it for the first time, and then weekly after that, as a full charge should last about 7 shaves. After charging for at least 12 hours, remove the shaver from its charger and prepare to shave. Remove the protective cap and apply shaving gel if you plan to use it. You'll want to move the shaver back and forth, holding it at a 90-degree angle so that the trimmers and foil work together. You can slide up the pop-up trimmer to shave longer hairs. Once you're through shaving, you'll want to clean off the shaver. Use tap water and liquid hand soap after each use to keep your shaver free from odors and bacteria, and to keep the blades and foil in good cutting condition. While handling the shaver, you'll want to be gentle with the foil in particular, as it's very thin and easily damaged. While washing, turn the shaver on and off after a few seconds. Next, press the outer foil frame release buttons to remove the outer foil frame and rinse the inner blade outer foil under running water. Dry the components before putting them back together. Panasonic recommends that you replace the outer foil at least once a year and the inner blade at least every 2 years. Let's jump into a quick shaving demo before I tell you what I really think about this ladies electric shaver. Okay, ladies, I hope that product overview was helpful. Here's what I think after testing this product out. So you see right here, we have the little charging station that plugs right into your wall. And the shaver just plugs right on top very easily. So this is really nice to be able to just put in your bathroom. Most of us have outlets near the vanity or somewhere in the bathroom where this is easy to grab and replace onto the charger when we're done using it. Really love that it's so compact. You don't have to worry about cords hanging around everywhere, making a mess in the bathroom. I know my husband has a bunch of trimmers where the cords are like in bags and sometimes they're hanging out and it's just a mess. So this is really neat and compact. So definitely a plus. Design is just attractive in any bathroom. They say you can charge it and it'll last up to 7 shaves. So obviously that's going to depend on how long you take to shave your legs. You know, if you're just kind of sort of always keeping it on the charger, you probably won't have to think about it that much. So in terms of handling, this shaver is very lightweight. It's obviously smooth. It's got nice curves, easy to grip handle, very easy to use, easy to hold at that 90-degree angle so that the foil and the blades both, you know, work on the hair at the same time. I had a hard time putting the switches up and down because I didn't realize you have to push the little buttons that are in the middle. So they're actually very easy to go up and down if you just put some pressure on the middle. My arm and my hand did not get tired the whole time I was using it, which can be the case sometimes if you get these trimmers. Not the case with this one because it's nice and light. I'm sure that has something to do with the material that the outer shell is made out of. Definitely easy to handle, easy to hold at the right angle in order to get a good shave. So no problems there. Okay, so now let's dive into performance. I tested this shaver on my legs, my bikini area, and my underarms. And I have different things to say about each part of the body. So let's start with the legs. And that was where I give this shaver glowing reviews. I absolutely loved it. I told you in the beginning of the video, I was skeptical about how it was going to work and how I didn't know if it would be worth replacing my very easy, convenient, and cheap disposable razors. But I'm very, very, very pleased with this one. It was easy to use. I am shocked by how close a shave I was able to get with this. We were going to the beach that same day that I was testing this product out in the morning. And I kind of assumed that I was gonna have to hop in the shower and shave again after I tested this out to get a closer shave with my disposable razor, but that was not the case. I got as close a shave with this shaver than I do with my disposable. And I was able to get into those hard to reach and kind of inconvenient places like behind the knee and on my upper thigh that sometimes I just kind of skip over with the disposable razor. Honestly, I got a full close shave from my upper thigh to the top of my big toe, totally close shave, phenomenal. And here's an added benefit is that, again, I mentioned we went to the beach. I was assuming that my legs were going to burn going into that salt water, having just shaved my legs that morning. There was no burning. There was no burning. I swear this has been like every summer. This is a challenge for me. When do I shave my legs when I'm going to the beach so that I can look good, but also not have my legs on fire? This is the answer. A dry shave with a ladies electric shaver. This one in particular, again, I don't think I've tested out any other electric shavers yet. I'm going to keep testing some out just for the benefits of the channel and so you guys have all the information you need. But so far so good with the Panasonic close curves. Definitely be using this shaver on beach days moving forward. Okay, and so that brings me to the bikini area. I would say it was a step up from the disposable razor because it was easier to get into those hard to reach areas without fear of cutting myself. I know you ladies know what I mean. I'm not going to show the demo on camera, but definitely sort of easier just with the handle to kind of just get in and around those areas and not be, you know, worried about getting a cut. And again, if there were longer stray hairs, you can just, you know, push this up, grab those longer stray hairs, and then go back to the foils and blades for, you know, the stubble that is just sort of left over from the last shave. I don't know that I need to use this all the time for the bikini area, but definitely on beach days or if I'm in a pinch, it's definitely very convenient. In a pinch, I'm saying this because I tested this out as a dry shave on my legs and bikini area, and it was great. I did not get cut, no razor burn in that area. So I feel really good about this again for the bikini area, especially on beach days, but probably all the time. Okay, now let's talk about the underarms. And I don't know if this was user error or my underarms just aren't used to an electric shaver, or if it's just the Panasonic close curves, that isn't great for the underarms. But let me tell you, I even took video to show you while I was at the beach. I had the worst rash or razor burn, or I don't even know what it was after using this under my arms. My armpits were on fire. The side that I used, that I did wet with lather, the rash was even worse. It's been a couple of days. The burning and the rash is gone, but I feel like my underarms are still healing, and I've been like not shaving to let them heal a little bit. So I don't know. I would love to hear from the community on this one. Do you guys use an electric shaver under your arms? And what is the outcome? Does it work well for you? Again, I've always used my disposable razor with just a little bit of soap and water in the shower. I mean, once in a while, maybe you get a little nick or a little razor burn, but vast majority of the time, it's totally fine. My goodness, I couldn't even believe what this thing did to my underarms. I think I just moved it up and down too fast, or because my skin isn't used to it, it just was irritating. And the other thing too is I noticed that as I was shaving, it was sort of pulling on my skin a little bit. And I guess that's because under my arms was a little bit moist, but I don't really know exactly how to avoid that, because your arms are, obviously that's a moist and warm area of your body. So how do you avoid that? Maybe with better shaving cream. Give me some advice here. What do you do? I was talking to a girlfriend. She told me she just waxes her underarms. Again, I don't really have too much to say other than this thing gave me a rash that was very painful under my arms, but it was fantastic on my legs and pretty good on my bikini line. Really close, smooth shave, easy to get in all those areas that I usually miss or skip intentionally because they're just inconvenient, and no burning when I went to the beach and went into the salt water. Bikini line, definitely a step up from the disposable razor. Can get into those, hard to reach sort of angles without fear of getting cut. Armpits, it was a no-go. Please, please, please leave me a comment below and give me some advice on that piece. If you guys have tried this and you have any other feedback or advice or input on the quality of product, I'd really appreciate it. I'm sure the community would appreciate it. Everyone, they don't want to just hear from me. We'd like to hear from you guys too. Okay, ladies, that's my review of the Panasonic Close Curves Lady Shaver. Obviously, there are some pros and cons. Overall, I think it's a great shaver. As long as I can find another alternative for my underarms, I'll be good to go with this one. So I hope the video was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay on top of my weekly videos. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at GR Health Beauty. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you in the next video.